Hello again. In this unit, we're going to be talking about some Excel essentials, and this part is going to be about tables. We'll do a lot of things, and first we're going to practice with different copy and paste techniques. So here we'll say is the budget template for each month. Now, there are different ways to delete formatting. So let's go down to the bottom and suppose that I wanted to delete the content in these two rows, the total content. You could highlight it and hit delete, but then it still leaves the formatting. So I'm going to Control Z to get rid of that. You could, so then what's nice is if you go to Home and you go to Clear, you can do different clears. Like if you clear format, it gets rid of all of the formatting. I'm going to Control Z to get rid of that. If you clear contents, it just gets rid of the contents, which is the same as what happened when we just hit delete. Let me Control Z. But if you clear all, it gets rid of everything, which is what we want. So this clear button, I think for the first few years I used Excel, I didn't even know it was there, and I would fight with getting rid of formatting. So that is helpful. Now, let's make a new sheet. So I'm going to hit the plus, and we'll title this January 2024. So maybe this is going to be for our January budget in 2024. So first we will copy the contents of the first sheet. I'll highlight everything. And when I highlight everything, I will Control C and Control P. Now that copies everything. I'm going to Control Z and get rid of that because look at what you can do. If you highlight everything and you can hit Format Painter, so you click Format Painter and then go where you want it, it will paint in the format but not fill the cells. Now that is not what we want here. We want the cells actually filled. So I'm going to Control Z and Control Z again to get back to where I am. I'm going to copy and paste into the January 2024 tab. But if all you wanted was the formatting, this Format Painter is a nice thing. Okay, now I want to, for the sake of playing with different things, get rid of all of the formatting. So I'm going to highlight everything and let's go to the clear. You can clear everything. We're not going to do that. Control Z. We're going to play with these different options. You can clear formats. Let me first go down to clear contents. That's the same thing that happened when we used this Format Painter. Control Z to get rid of that. We could clear the comments and notes. Notice here how we have a comment. If you don't want them, they're a little annoying because they always pop up. So let's clear the comments, and you'll notice that that box went away. If you had some links in here, we could clear that. We're not going to right now. But let's clear the format. So I'm going to clear the formatting. So I have just this sort of ugly thing, but that's okay. I am going to center everything, make it a little less ugly. And in column 1, I am going to bold it and make it a little bit bigger just so that we see that it's the header. And I double clicked on that border there to make the column wider. Okay, so now we have things that are fairly formatted, sort of ugly. Let's suppose we wanted to do just the savings category. So I'm going to open up another sheet and name it savings. And let's come back to here to the first page and let's copy and paste just the monthly information for the savings. So I'm highlighting just the savings. I will Control C and go up here, Control V. I want to make this a little wider. Double clicking on the border is not going to work because I had played with some merging cells. So I'm just going to manually make these bigger. Okay, I double clicked on them to get it to put the width at a good spot. We'll make that a little bigger even. Okay, so I'm just clicking and then it will reformat. Let me make this a little bigger. There we go. And so now we have all of the rows that are a reasonable width. Now let's add. I'm going to insert a row and I'm going to merge these 3 cells and say these are my savings. So I'll bold it, savings, which means I don't need column B anymore. So let's get rid of column B. So we're going to delete column B. Okay, I think I'll even put a nice border around this. All right, so there's my savings. Let me make this a little bit darker color so it stands out. Now, suppose I want to copy this again and I want to do another one for cash. Okay, so I'm going to select this and I'm going to copy it. I'm going to hit this. I could hit the format paintbrush and put it right here and it will give me another table. But then I don't get any of the, well, that's okay. I think I don't want any of the words. So that format painter gave me the table and now I can just right here, I can write cash. I'm going to copy and paste these. Okay, now I need to go get my cash items. So let me come back to the budget and say, I want the cash numbers. So I'm going to highlight the cash numbers and Control C. Now, if I come over to the savings and I Control V, I get green. I don't want green. So I'm going to Control Z to get rid of that. What I want to do is when you go to paste, there are several options. I just want to paste the values. That's it. So I'm going to click paste values and I get just the values with the formatting I have before. Let's fill in the item now. So I'm going to come to the item. I will Control C, and now come back into the item number. I can paste just the value. And I'll leave some space here in case we have other items. Okay, so we've played with copying and pasting. I do want to show you one thing. What if you didn't like the placement of this cash? One thing you could do, and you wanted to put it down here, you could highlight it, Control C, Control V, now it's down there, but it's still here. You don't want that, so I can highlight that and clear it. All right, that's one option. I'm going to get rid of what we just did and do it another way. I've taught you Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and Control Z to undo. There's one more control that's nice, and that's Control X. Control X will will cut. So I've Control X, which means it's going to cut it from there, and wherever I put Control V for paste, it'll paste it there and get rid of it from its original location. And so that Control X is another nice feature.